Hello, Stampers. Kelly Atchison coming to you live from Menasha, Wisconsin. I see so many of you here already. We've got Canada, Maryland, New York, Utah, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Central Wisconsin, Minnesota. Hi, Marva. So happy to see you here. Lori from Ohio. Indiana is in the house. More New York, lots of Minnesota. Wow, you guys, Oklahoma, Marshfield. Hi, Kathy. Welcome, everybody. Look at everybody popping in. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. It was really warm here in Wisconsin. You guys are going to hate me for this, but the one weekend I could have used some cooler temperatures. So I just, I just blew in from Park Falls, Wisconsin, which is northern Wisconsin. We were up bear hunting all weekend and it was 80 degrees today and we tromped into the woods and it was a nice walk. It was a nice walk. But boy, I was sweating and I look a little frazzled because I literally just got home at like 6:15 and it's 7:00 here now. So I had to go in and do something with my hair. It had the ponytail hump in it and it was all over the place. And gosh, I changed my clothes so I don't smell for you guys. Just kidding. I don't want to smell for me. Put some more deodorant on. We called her good. We are here to do some stamping tonight. I hope you had a nice weekend wherever you are. I see Rio, Wisconsin. Happy to see you here. Did anybody get a bear? Well, I'll tell you, it was crazy. We did not get a bear on Saturday, and we're only there Saturday and Sunday. And today we all headed back to camp. We couldn't get a bear, and we got into camp, and we got a call on the CB radio saying a bear just crossed the road. One of our hunters was still out in the forest coming in. And a bear crossed the road. So the whole clan headed back out to we hunt in the Chequamegon National Forest. And we headed back out and we did get to see a bear today. The kids loved it. And it was really funny because they're 3 and 5. And they've been pretty scared of the bears. Like they were like, oh, I don't know about all of this. But today Val was like so brave. She's like, I loved seeing the bear. And she wasn't all like hiding behind anybody. It was up in a tree. Nobody got the bear because it was too small, but it was a nice little walk in the woods. And we were thrilled that we didn't get skunked, right? Like we got to see a bear. So almost alive from the North Shore of Lake Erie. Hi, Nancy. I'm so happy you could be here tonight. Yes, black bears, Cindy. We have black bears. And it was funny. Now that you say that, when we were out on Saturday, we were walking in the woods on the same trail that we went in today to the bear. And Valerie asked, maybe it was Dawson that asked, will the bears eat you? You know, because we discussed the whole will they eat your face off with the squirrels last week. If you missed that, it's pretty funny. Go back and watch my video from last week. But I think Dawson said, will the bears eat you? And I said, no, only brown bears eat people. Black bears don't generally eat people. And he seemed very good with that answer. So we're just always keeping it real, right? So we had a lot of fun. And of course, I can't say enough about the bear hunting crew that we hunt with. They are so much fun. We have such a good time with them. They are so welcoming and they were super sweet. My mom couldn't come. My mom always comes bear hunting with us and she couldn't come this year. And they were just so like, tell your mom we say hi and we're so sorry she couldn't make it and we're praying for her. And they sent a card home with me. So I will be getting that to her. And I know she's going to be like, oh, but we sent her lots of Snapchat pictures and videos. So we let her know what was going on the whole time we were bear hunting and, no bears today, we said, and sent some of her favorite scenic areas there. We got to share pictures with her. So I know she would have still loved that. So, I missed Nancy. I missed your conversation, but I know you are on some meds, and we will definitely be pulling for you that those work, right? We want you healthy, healthy and happy. So close to 90s, Renee said. It'll be in the 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, getting some rain. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be pretty warm here too this week, and I'm going to be gone. So that's awesome. Yeah. And Steve is closing my pool. Speaking of Steve, so he was on his golf tournament in Upper Michigan last week. And then I left on Friday. He came home on Saturday. He didn't win. He didn't bring home any money. And that's just a joke. Every time he goes golfing, I say, bring home the money. And he's like, there's no money, Chili. But there was a championship jacket on the line, this ugly green blazer. And he didn't bring that home either, but he said he had a great time. And when I got home today, he was pretty proud of himself. He had to take me and show me my Explorer, which he detailed. He washed the carpets, he washed the whole thing, he washed the seats, he deodorized it because it smelled like butt. Just keeping it clean. It's a family program, but it smelled really bad. Every time he would get in, he's like, your Explorer smells like butt. Like, I know it's so stinky. You know, there's food in there from the kids, and I let the kids eat in there, and they spill their milk, and, you know, milk and hot and ugh. So anyways, he spent 4 hours detailing my Explorer, and I couldn't be happier. And I didn't have the heart to tell him that we take his old truck bear hunting, and that smells like butt too now. It doesn't really smells in there. So I don't know if he'll clean that up or not. Maybe we'll give him a few days before he tackles that guy. I know, Judy, what a guy. Judy says, what a guy. I know, right? So anyways, we had a great time, great food, just exceptional food. Yesterday, there was a little cook-off between smoked pork butt, I think. And we had to tell the people who made it. There were 2 people that were making it, which we liked better. Couldn't pick one that was better. They were both delicious, but they're both different. So we had that and strawberry shortcake. And I made the pumpkin bars. They're always a huge hit. They were gone the first night. And my famous chip dip, and that was gone the first night. So yeah, we had a really good time. It was really, really fun. So yeah, Patricia says her husband recycled her original pool into a smaller soaking pool years ago, but it's done. Yeah. Oh, now it's going to be dismantled. Oh, goodness. That makes me sad. I hope that's okay with you. I would cry. But, you know, anyways, I hope you guys had a good weekend. I've been up since 4:30 today, and I have to tell you that I did not get a nap today. I feel really refreshed since I put some new deodorant on and changed my clothes and made my hair look not so horrific. It's still not great, but I know you guys don't care. You're like, oh, stop talking and stamp. Val was crying on the way home. As soon as we left, there were so many kids there. Like, it's a whole new generation that are bear hunting. Lots of little kids. Again, we were a few kids here and there, but now we have lots of little kids there again. And they played and played and played. Dawson was living his best life because they played baseball nonstop when we weren't out in the woods. It was hysterical. And so Val was crying today. She's like, I just want to stay with my friends. Why can't we live here? And we explained to her all her friends were going home too. Nobody was going to be left there. There were no children left at bear camp. There were adults, but no kids left at bear camp. She's like, I just want to live there. It's so cute. So anywho, everybody's doing good here. And we had a really great time. And I was sad that we didn't get to go 2 weekends. We usually go 2 weekends, but we had that celebration of life for Haley's best friend last weekend. So, and that was really a very nice celebration also. Chip dip. Are you ready for the chip dip? It's really hard. So I'm going to give you all the ingredients. 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 beef bouillon cube dissolved in a 1/4 cup of water. That's it. You guys, I'm telling you, best dip ever. You let the cream cheese, not be hard anymore. What do you call that? Soften. And then you put that bouillon, and I always make a double batch. 2 cream cheeses, 8-ounce cream cheeses, 2 bouillons, and a 1/2 cup of water. You cook the bouillon until it's dissolved in the microwave in that water. And then you dump it in your cream cheese and you beat it up with a beater, throw it in a bowl and put it in the fridge. It's so good. And I serve that with wavy Lay's potato chips. There you go. And for those of you looking for that pumpkin recipe, on my Facebook page, on Facebook, my business page, which is A Stamp Above - Your Creative Coach, you can do a search for it. Go to the page and then type in pumpkin, and my pumpkin recipe will come up. It's there. I shared it, and I need to go look it up because I can't remember who gave it to me. Bless your heart. It has been the best recipe ever. So Carol says she loves that dip with vegetables too. Yeah. If you want to eat vegetables, that would be a good dip for it. It's delicious. Everybody loves it. So, Ardella, did I know you're in northern Wisconsin? Where do you live? I think I did know that, and I kind of forgot. I'm going to give away prizes right now. Ardella's going to tell us where she's from. Maybe. I'm not trying to be bossy. Well, maybe I am a little bit. All right. Please give me a thumbs up. And you can do that now while we're live. You can do it on YouTube. You can do it on Facebook, whichever platform you're watching from, because I'm live on both of them right now. And please do it if you're watching the replay. Give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And I'm watching for Ardella. Oh, maybe she's not going to tell us. That's okay. You don't have to. I don't want to be bossy. First of all, I have some of these gold faceted adhesive back sequins. That's a mouthful. These are fantastic. Get them up there so you can see they're kind of teardropped ones on the bottom, and then the rest of them are round, but I love them. And, oh, Donna, thank you, Donna. Donna gave me the pumpkin recipe, you guys. It is just boom, throw everything in a bowl, mix it up, put it in your pan, bake it. And then homemade cream cheese frosting too. It's so good. I took it up there the last couple of years. I think you gave it to me long enough ago that I've taken it up bear hunting the last couple of years. And Friday night when I showed up with it, one of the gals that is there said, "What did you bring?" And I said, "The pumpkin bars." She goes, "Oh my gosh, I've heard about your pumpkin bars." So Donna, thank you. I'm becoming quite famous for the pumpkin bars. I love them. Yeah. So, okay, back to these. Squirrel. These are going out to Susan Bach, Bakke. I hope I say your name right, Susan, from Plummer, Minnesota. These are going to be Happy Mail showing up in your mailbox probably this week. I'm going to get them out in the mail tomorrow. So congratulations, Susan. And everybody who leaves a comment here tonight will get entered in a drawing to win a fabulous prize. So make sure you comment. If you're new to me, just say hello. You can tell me where you're coming from. I always like to know where people are coming from. I find it very interesting. So make sure you do that. Thumbs up, give me a comment. Second prize, where'd my list go? Oh, I put it right here on my computer. I'm like, where did I have a pack of the Subtles 6x6 designer series paper. These are all our beautiful little colors. This is for sharing my video last Sunday. So make sure you click on that share button if you can, whether it's live or the replay. That helps me grow my business and get the word out to more people. I really, really appreciate it. The winner for last Sunday's live is Amanda Road. Amanda is from Clintonville, Wisconsin. So yay, Amanda, you're going to have Happy Mail too. Last but not least, everybody who places an order with me from last Sunday to this Sunday gets entered in a drawing to win fabulous prizes. I happen to have this Resourceful Rusty Squirrel stamp set. Super, super cute. This is going out to Susan Sturdivant of Avoca. Is that how you say that? Wisconsin, Avoca. I don't even know where that is, but I think I looked it up. It's kind of over by Partyville, maybe. So congratulations, all of you. Congratulations, Susan. I have everybody's address this time. So I've got everything, addresses, mailing envelopes, ready to rock and roll. So I can get those out in the mail tomorrow. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, John report. So John has been rather elusive lately. But I told you that Steve says he thinks he's going to move up north to his cottage. He was remodeling it the last week when we were on here. But Steve told me that it's a 1-bedroom cottage, and I don't think John's wife is going to go for that. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think they're going to move there. So we don't need to worry about that. New neighbors, the whole new neighbor thing. So I thought that was pretty funny. He's like, yeah, I think they're going to move up there. And then he was telling me about it. And I didn't say anything to Steve because I didn't want to whatever. But I was like, yeah, I don't think they're moving there. We'll see, won't we? I'll keep you posted. Don't worry. What else is happening? Let's see. I don't know. We had our brand new catalogs go live on the 3rd, which you guys knew from last week. But in case you're new, if anybody needs our new mini catalog, so pretty. Many pretty things. Let me know. Pop me an email. I also have new online exclusive. There's a brochure on my blog. And let's see. My blog. Let's see if this is it. Yep, this is it. Here we go. It's going right across the bottom of the screen, www.astampabove.com. And if you would like me, I don't mail these out because this is online only products, but there's a whole, hang on, let me see if I can turn a page. A whole brochure on there that shows you all of these things in one place, which is really, really nice. We've got a few suites in there. Tonight, I'm going to be using the Gathering Together suite for some really cool cards, you guys. Super exciting. But if you would like to get these catalogs, if you don't have a hard copy, you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, if you already work with the demonstrator, contact them for a hard copy of the catalog. But here, wrong button. I'm going to try to be better about the buttons tonight too. This is my email address. You can email me your address and ask for the mini catalog. If you need both catalogs, if you don't have this big baby, let me know. Say I need both catalogs, and I will be happy to mail them out to you because everybody should have them. Right? Okay, you guys, let me get back to my comments because I can't see those when I do the fancy things, and that's what gets me in trouble, right? You know I've been in trouble. So anyways, lots of new products. I am going to get started right away here. What are we going to make first? I'm looking down under my desk because that's where I have my baskets tonight so I could reach them easily. And I think I'm going to start with Gathering Together. Is that what it is? Gathering Moments? Hang on, I'm wrong. I know I am. Gathering Moments. So I'm going to start getting this unloaded here, and I'll put something down really pretty for you to look at right away. Hang tight. We're going to switch. And you can hear me again, right? Oh, yeah. There's a new join special coming, Nancy wants me to tell you, next month. So starting in October, we have a new join special. So watch for details on that. And while we're at it, just so you know, you guys, that on my blog, which is one of those banners that I just put up there, you can go there and you can subscribe. Here it is. The banner's running across the screen. Go to www.astampabove.com and subscribe to my blog. That way, every time I add something new to it, you will get an email message. You will get an email with the new post in it. Now, some people say, yeah, but it's advertisements. Click on the title of the blog post in your email and it'll take you right to my blog. And there's advertisements on it, which aren't that annoying, but they're there because I won't pay to have a subscriber thing. So I'm cheap like that. Okay, we have the Gathering Together Specialty Designer Series paper. And you can see this glisten a little bit in the light. There is gold foil. That's what makes it a specialty on every single one side of this paper. So it's super, super pretty. We're also going to be using the, hang on, I got to move my comments back in here. Oops, don't screw anything up, Kelly. Good grief. We are also going to be using the Gathering Leaves embossing folder. This one's really fun. It's a really, really little, let me get that out of there, a really little pattern. And this is the bundle. We didn't include this, but this is the bundle that we're doing some of the make and takes for the new product launch party. Now that is going on. It ends this week, but you can have access to the Facebook group with all the make and take ideas. We have 369 additional ideas that we did in videos. All the make and takes are videos. And then we have a gallery using new product from the new mini catalog and the online exclusives. We have at least 45 cards in a gallery using all of different products from that. So the new product launch party is really cool. It's only $18 to get in there and get all those ideas. We also have make and take packets available. I think we only have 2 packets left. If you would like to do the make and takes with that, it comes with some of this paper. So, and lots of other things. All right, so we've got that embossing folder. Pecan pie, early espresso, old olive. I'm also going to be using the Cajun Craze and gold dots. And then I'm bringing in something I haven't shown you guys. This is the sign design punch. Look at this punch with this little stamp set. And of course, lots of other sentiments or whatever will fit in this punch, but I really like this one. We're going to use that on this card tonight. And then, of course, our Gathering Moments bundle, which is so beautiful. These images are just so pretty. And, of course, we love the fonts, right? Lots of great fonts in there. Okay, I'm going to get my little cheat sheet out here with my dimensions on it. Hang tight. Oops, I almost lost a little bit. We don't need to lose any bits. That's when I kind of panic a little bit. Nobody needs any hot flashes tonight, correct? Everybody good with no hot flashes? Oh, look at this. I have doubles. Hang on. Oh, that was weird. I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's get started here. We are going to be using an early espresso card base. Oh, that got bent a little bit. Oh, I bented it back. That's not a word. 4 1/4 by 11. We've got that scored at 5 1/2. And I'm just going to make sure this is nice and even and grab that bone folder and force it into place because I see once again I didn't do very well on my scoring, but no big deal. Then we have a piece of the beautiful Gathering Together Designer Series paper. This piece is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. Then I've got a piece of Basic Beige that is 4 by 5 1/4. Let's see. I think this might be for the inside. Yeah, I think so. The inside, 1/2 inch by 4. Does that fit on here? Sure, it does. Sure enough. Oh, I don't have an envelope in here. Hang on. Let me grab an envelope. You know what? I wish we had Basic Beige envelopes because this is becoming a very, very popular color. I like it. And I'm not really sure why I have that. So we'll just leave it there. We don't really know. And then I've got a scrap of Basic Beige and a square of the Designer Series paper, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And early espresso, 3 by 3. Okay. So we're going to do our stamping first. I'm going to bring in my piercing mat here. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my old olive. And then again, this is the Sign Design stamp set. And I'm going to use the Season of Thanks because I think that's appropriate for our fall card. So we're going to, I'm going to stamp this on my scrap. Just like this. Oh, that turned out really good. And then we're going to grab, oh, you know what I need? I need Cajun Craze. Hang on, I think that's in a bin right down here. It is. Oh, Cajun Craze. That's what I wanted. Okay, Cajun Craze. I'm going to stamp that right in here. Look at that. And it's got that little cutout there for your little word in the middle. So that's pretty cute. I like it. We're not die cutting. We're going to punch this out. And I'm just kind of getting it even and straight. There we go. Easy. I love a punch bundle. And of course, this is a bundle. When you get both of these, it's 10% off. So that's always great, right? Okay, then what did I just do with that scrap? Oh, I set it over here. We need to stamp an acorn. And I think that's what I used the pecan pie for, was the acorn. I made this for a swap a while ago, I think. So it's like that when I say, oh, I think that's what I used, it's because, well, you know, it gets confusing sometimes. Then we're going to take this basic beige layer and we're going to stamp our sentiment on it. And I'm going to use that early espresso for that. Is that bundle an online exclusive? Yes, it is. Oh, this bundle is. Yes, with the punch. Yes. And I'm pretty sure that this whole bundle is too. Yes, it is. You guys know what I started doing? I started putting little labels on my online exclusives. So, yeah. So when you guys ask me that question, I can, you know, give you a good firm answer and not seem like I have no idea what's going on. Which sometimes is a whole thing, right? Expressing heartfelt gratitude. I like this because I use a lot of thank you cards. So these are right up my alley. We're going to do some Old Olive right here. Just like that. And look at how pretty that leaf is. It's got all kinds of different levels of color in it, which I really like. And I just stamped my leaf where I might have put this. So we're not going to do that. We're going to use our leaf instead. I just made an executive decision. But before we go too far here with our stamps, I would like to stamp. Where'd my green go? I'm going to put some leaves on here. Whoops, I just hit my head on something. Here's a leaf. Here's a leaf. I like that. And how about if we just, can we do a little acorn down here? Maybe. Pecan pie? Yeah, let's try it. Look at how cute that is. I like that. I'm good with it. Okay, let me close this up so we don't have any accidents. And again, I use Cajun Craze, pecan pie, Old Olive, and early espresso. I'm pretty sure I'm using those again, so I have to be careful so I don't lose them. Okay, we're going to die cut this. And this die set has... Oh, look, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here, so I can't read it. 11 different dies in it. It's a pretty cool set. Look at how big these ones are. You have just an outline die, and then you have this with the little stitching holes in it. And also part of the suite, you guys, is the early espresso and Old Olive twine. Part of this suite. So that's really cool because I've seen people stitching on these leaves using this to stitch in the leaves. We're not going to do that today, but you can. Just want you to know that. Okay, so here's our little acorn. So we're going to get that die cut, and as long as we're doing that, we are going to where did my embossing folder go? Hello, right here. We are going to take and put our basic beige in this embossing folder and emboss that. And then, of course, you know, I already have these things done, right? So we don't have to sit and wait around forever for Kelly to do things. I think you guys appreciate that, right? Pretty much everyone knows how to run something through the embossing machine. If you don't and you would like me to do that, let me know because I am happy to. Yeah, let's put our card together. Are we ready? This is a pretty easy one, and I thought that's why I would kick it off. That sounds like too much sewing. Well, it's really not very hard. You know, and if you don't like sewing, you don't have to do it. It still looks cool with those dots in there, but there's not that many dots. Come on, little glue. There's not that many dots, so you don't have to do much stitching. But I happen to like to sew. I used to do cross stitch and, of course, sew, make clothes, and, you know, I made Val's whole bunk bed thing under her bunk bed. So she has this super cute little skirt around with windows and a door in it and pom-poms over the door. And I did all of that. That was super, super cute. So I like to sew. But if you don't like to sew, don't just leave the holes in there. They're really cool, just like they are. I'm going to take this 2.5 inch piece and I'm going to put it right on the front here, right down the middle.
And I love this green with that gold foil in there. It's so pretty. Make sure I have this on here straight. There we go. So pretty. And then this, with all the pretty detailed fall in it, is going right on the square. 2 3/4 square designer paper and 3x3 early espresso. So like I said, this is an easy card, not anything hard to it. We're going to take this and glue it right on here. I'm just going to put it right up here, centered, looking good. We're going to take this and put it on some dimensionals because we always have to have some dimension, right?
Lisa said she used to make her daughter Daisy King
dresses. Oh my gosh, I'm so with you. I used to sew my sister's clothes. I made a lot of clothes for my sister. And she was 6, 7 years younger than me, so that was always fun for me too. And then I didn't make Haley that many clothes because by then life was just really crazy. But I want to make Valerie some doll clothes. She's really starting to get into the dolls now. And I would like to make her some doll clothes because they're so stinking expensive. And now I want to sew, and all the fabric stores went out of business. Okay, so we have that right there. And then our little acorn. We're going to put our acorn on a dimensional. But what I was thinking, you guys, is I would like to put a touch of twine in here. And, oh, look at, I have one here already, a double bow. So I'm going to use that. And I have an old olive one too, but my old olive would get lost on that old olive paper. So I'm going to do this one. And gosh, where do I want to put that? I'm going to put it right up here. And then I've got my acorn that's going to go right down here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I was going to put my twine down here, but it's going to be so short. But anyways, either option is a good idea. I'm going to do mine up here, right at the top. When you make your card, you can put it any place you want, right? Here's my little acorn. And I'm just going to do this right down here. And I'm going to put it kind of sideways because I think it's cute like that. It looks like it might be falling. Glue on here. And, oops, there went my lid. Here we go. Just like that. Oh my gosh, this is just, I mean, it just screams fall, right? I'm going to save this because I'm a saver. Seems kind of silly, but we all know, right? You can't just throw this away. It's just not right. And these are online exclusive Cajun Craze and gold dots. And I'm going to bring in one of these big ones. And maybe right here. And then a medium one, maybe right over here. And then I'm going to take a small one and I'm going to throw it off in the dust. Here we go. What do you guys think? Isn't it just the paper kind of takes the cake? But I love this. Now, I made another card where I didn't put the early espresso twine on. And I didn't use the sign design stamp set. I just used the mini thanks from the Gathering Moments. So this is a lot more plain, and maybe you like that better because the paper is kind of busy. But either way, you can see that the sign design works great with other sentiments. It doesn't just have to be this one. Of course, you guys know that. But there's Trick or Treat in here. There's a Be Sweet. And look at Be Sweet goes with this. May your day be sweet. Happy New Year. May it be filled with joy, merry and bright. And then we've got this cute frame where you could use the frame and then stamp anything in there, right? So yeah, this is very cool. Punch bundle. This is the first time I have used it in any of my live classes. So just wanted you to be aware that that's available. It is an online exclusive. We got 2 different ideas here with the sentiment.
Oh, and I was going to show you this. So hang on. I'm gonna get a little fancy here. Gather together. Here is the suite. It includes all of that stuff in one item code, or if you don't want to order the whole suite, you can get the bundle And then here is the Gathering Leaves embossing folder. But again, this includes the embossing folder, the 2-pack of Baker's Twine, the stamp set, the dies, the paper, and the fantastic Cajun Craze and gold dots. So just wanted to let you know that. Okay. Now, as long as we're working with this bundle, I've got another card that I'm going to share with you using this one. And we're going to bring in some crushed curry. My little dimension cheat sheet that makes me look so brilliant. We're going to do some embossing. I've got the Dark Daffodil Delight Stamp and Blend here. Some white embossing powder from the Wow Basics embossing powders. And my card. This is a really fun one, so I think you guys are going to love this. Oh, we're going to be using that Gathering Leaves embossing folder again and the Gathering Together Designer Series paper. So hang tight while I get all this out. Here we go. Oops, I dropped a piece. Envelope. We've got our envelope for this one. Thank goodness. I was thinking, what was I thinking? Cajun Craze is our card base. And yeah, so Yvette says she needs to get that suite because she loves her fallen leaves. I have to tell you guys, Northern Wisconsin, I wish I was going up maybe next weekend or the weekend after that because the leaves are starting to change, but it's not even close to being full color yet. Like it just blooms with color up there. It is so, so beautiful. And I'm so sad that I'm not going to be experiencing any of that this year. Okay, I can clearly see that I am missing a layer of cardstock here. So I'm going to go through this. Again, we're using Basic Beige. That is one of the coordinating colors with the Gathering Together suite. We have Basic Beige, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, and Old Olive. And then there's other colors that would work great with this. But I've got a Basic Beige 4 by 5 1/4. And again, I'm going to put this on the inside. I have a layer of this Designer Series paper. We're going to use this Early Espresso side, but look at how pretty that is. I love it. And I've got a little strip, a Designer Series paper 1 by 3 3/4. And this piece, I forgot to tell you, this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I've got scraps, Cajun Craze, pecan pie. Crumb cake, pecan pie, Cajun Craze, and crushed curry. And what I'm missing here is a piece of crushed curry. So let me grab that. Crushed curry. Here we go. And that crushed curry piece should be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So we're going to go 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. There we go. Now, I was really lucky that I made a bunch of cards for swaps because there's no way I would have been able to get this class ready for you tonight if I hadn't had all these cards sitting in envelopes waiting for videos. So I was like, whew, that was really awesome. Okay, first thing we're going to do some embossing right here. I'm just going to move this away. We're going to emboss, again, right on our Designer Series paper. Darlene says she likes, I really like your natural nails. Thank you so much. They're finally starting to not be horrible, but if you guys look, they're starting to split. Like they'll split right down the middle. Look at, you can see like there's a ridge there and my nails are all weird and I don't know why. So if I have any medically people out there, look, this one's right down the middle. It's splitting. I don't know why. Oh, that one's dirty. Don't look at that one. I did wash my hands before I came in here, by the way. But I don't know why that's happening. I can't understand it. Okay, here's our many things. Make sure that's clean. We are going to use our embossing buddy, and we are going to do this right down here on the Designer Series paper. I love
stamping right on Designer Series paper. And then I'm going to bring in this little strip because this is going to go down about right here. This is too wide. Well, that's okay. I'll cut it off, but I wonder why I cut it too wide. Versamark. And I'm going to stand up so I can try and get this really straight. We're going to stamp our many thanks right down there. Ooh, that looks really good under there. Make sure you close up your ink pad before you do anything crazy, like getting out this powder. If you've ever spilled embossing powder in one of your ink pads, it's not a good experience, and it really doesn't come out. Okay, look at that. I have just a few little freckles. Let me get this close. I've also flipped my spoon out of there, which is not fun either, but that's operator error. The Additions toolkit for the embossing comes with this nice brush, and I see that I need to just brush a little bit off of there. And I've got one more little fleck right there. I don't want on there. There we go. Okay. We are going to heat this up. Oh, hang on. I'm tangled up. When I left on Friday, this place was a disaster zone. Like I had the live for the product launch party on Friday morning, and I just left everything. I just walked away and had to leave and get packed, make my pumpkin bars and my chip dip Friday morning. That's what I had to do. And then I went grocery shopping Thursday night and had everything that I needed to do that Friday morning, thinking I had a can of pumpkin in my cupboard, but I didn't because I took it to my mom's house because I made pumpkin bars for them last time I was there. So I had to go to the store. And it was good I did because I didn't have enough powdered sugar either, because it takes 4 cups to make a double batch of that frosting, and you need a double batch. Okay, look how cool that is, right? I think I'm going to wait till I get this put together so you can really appreciate what I'm going to do with that embossing. And I don't mean like thank me for it, appreciate it, but it'll look a lot different. That's what I mean. Not like, oh, she wants us to thank her. Wow. Okay, so we've got that done. Then I'm going to bring in the inside of our card, and we're going to do some stamping here. And I need Cajun Craze. I need pecan pie. No, really? Yeah. Okay, these 3. This is what I'm using. So I'm going to start with the Cajun Craze, and I'm going to clean off my leaf stamp that I used in the green before. We're going to clean that. We're going to do Cajun Craze, and I'm going to come in here just like that. This is our inside, remember? And then I'm going to come in here kind of just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my crushed curry with this cute little image. Love this image. And I am going to stamp that right here. And then again, right here. Okay, got that. And then pecan pie is for our little acorn, which I need to also clean off in my chamois. How many of you guys use these? I love mine. Chamois to clean stamps. It's just so darn simple. Here comes just a little acorn right there. Oh, okay. Now, while I still have all of these out here, I want to do my envelope. And I'm going to stamp, I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to stamp the flap. Okay, so this is the inside of our card. We'll put that in a minute. So I like to put a scrap of paper in here so I don't get the rest of my envelope all messed up. And I am going to, I start with my biggest stamp first, which is this leaf. And then I fill in with all the other images. Let's do, and I like to make it very random. So I twist it and turn it and move it all around. You can always come back in and add more images too. So don't worry about that. It's very humid here in Wisconsin. And I think my ink pads, when it's super humid, the ink pads get a little more juicy than normal. And that's what's going on here. I can see it, that I should really do a little thing with them. And I'll show you what that little thing is. Do you see me? I'm almost keep stamping in that. I know you guys are like holding your breath, right? Like, Kelly, close it. And then I think I'll do one more, just a little bit right up there in that corner. Okay, and then you take this off and look at all that magic. I love that. So when you're if you're in a humid area and your ink pads are just too juicy, what I do is I take I save like these cards. This is from a Hilton. You're going to take, I'm going to grab a scrap so you can really see the difference here. So I'm going to stamp this in my crushed curry, and there's just a lot of ink in there, which is kind of taking away the definition of my image. You take, do you see what I just did there? Can you see where I just pulled some of that ink away? And now, if you were to use this, look at how much more definition you get out of that. Can you see the difference? So if you live in a humid area and you find that it's just looking too juicy, that's all you have to do to fix that problem. Now, I didn't actually take ink out. I just moved it off to the sides. And as our weather is not so humid anymore, that ink will blend right back in there and be fine. It'll just be fine. It's very interesting. One of those weird things that we found. Oh, I'm going to need some of this. Okay, so I'll throw that over there. All right, next thing I need to do is deal with these scraps. Oh, and I just closed up all my ink pads because I'm not thinking. So I'm going to take that pecan pie and my little acorn here and stamp that. My crushed curry and my little, whatever you want to call this little bulby thing. I like it. And stamp that. And then Cajun Craze with my leaf. I'm going to do this. Okay, so we're doing tone on tone with all of these. I use the same ink color as the scraps that I have. I'm going to need that one again. And then we're going to run, no, we have to die cut first. So I'm going to die cut and emboss this layer. And if you're going to do both of those, you die cut first, because if you emboss it first with the folder, which is right here, if you emboss it first, what happens is then you die cut it, it smashes your embossing. I learned that the hard way, which wasn't that terrible. But I'm going to die cut this leaf. And then once it's die cut, don't put the metal die in here. Once it's die cut, I am going to put it at an angle in here, and I'm going to emboss this layer. No dye in there, okay? And then what I'm going to have left is this. And my leaves are going straight up and down on this angled crumb cake. Oak leaf, right? Oak leaf? Yes, it's an oak leaf. It's always tricky for me. You guys can tell me 100 times what it is, but I still will fumble. Okay, and then here's all those other little die cut pieces. We have dies for all of those. We're going to do a little color on here. And I'm going to take a blending brush and get my blending brush loaded up with some Cajun Craze. And I'm just going to kind of go around the edges here. I just want a little bit of color on here. Wipe some of that ink off. Otherwise, you'll get globs. And if you like globs, then you just don't wipe it off. Because it's your card. You can do whatever you want, right? I have a funny story to tell you. One of our bear hunters, he's probably 18, maybe 19. And he's grown up in the bear hunting group. And he's a redhead and real red curly hair. And he was telling another boy, I don't know if the boy is his age or maybe a tiny bit younger. He was telling him, the boy was, I don't know if he asked him some questions about how do you find girls or how do you talk to girls. I don't even know. But the redhead told him, dude, I got this red hair. That's all I need. I thought, wow. Oops. I thought that was really funny. He was giving him advice. Yeah, dude, I got the red hair. You don't need to do anything else when you got red hair. It's really cute. And he has red hair. It is so red and so curly. If he lets it grow, it's like an afro, and he's so adorable. Very nice boy, too. Good manners. Okay, I'm going to get just a little bit closer. So I am gluing on this 1-inch strip. Make sure I get it on here straight, because that's important, because it's plaid. I'm going to trim this off. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut this, but obviously I didn't do it right. Here we go. Okay, got that done. Now we're going to mount this on that Cajun Craze. So this again was 3 3/4 by 5. Our Cajun Craze is just 1/8 of an inch bigger at 3 7/8. Oh, look, I just got ink all over that. Let me wipe that on my shorts. Hang on. I'm going to turn that over. So this is just a tiny little border. You don't want to glue these two together and emboss those words, because it'll make your cardstock like warp. I did that. So I'm just going to throw that right out there for you. There we go. I didn't get that on there very straight. Isn't that just striking? Now we're going to put that on here, and it's even more striking. I really like this color combination. I didn't think I would. But yeah, it's like, wow, that's really fancy. Here comes this. We're going to throw this inside. And on this one, it's our stamps that are doing the work. Whereas on the last card, it was that beautiful Designer Series paper. Not that this paper doesn't do its job either, but the focus is more of the stamped and die cut images here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here. Oh, I'll do that last. Okay, my fun technique. So I'm going to throw this right on here. Put some glue on there. I'm going to put that right in here. And then we're going to come in with this and this. Put some glue on here. Some glue on here. Do probably right about there. And then, I know it really does look like fall, right, Karen? I know, it's like crazy pretty. Throw this in here. This is going to go on dimensionals, and I've got some twine here. And this twine is 9 inches long. I'm going to bring in my, and again, it's early espresso, so it really matches nicely. Oh, I bet you I could use some green on here if I wanted to. Well, there's no green on the front, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stick with my early espresso. The other color in there's old olive, and I was thinking, oh, I can maybe do that, but I'm sticking with my plan. I already cut it. I have 2 strands here that are 9 inches long. So just tie them in a bow. If you have one of these fancy little deals, use it, because gosh, I love it. I'll trim this off just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put this right down here with a mini glue dot. Here we go. Curling it up a little bit. I'm going to set that. I just hit my lights with my crown. Maybe I should take it off. No. Everybody stamps better with the crown on their head. Okay, now I want to put this over top. But here's the deal. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back, but I'm going to use mini dimensionals, and I am going to, what do you call that, where you go over top of something on either side of it? What is that called? You know what I mean, you guys? Straddle. Is that what I'm looking for? I don't know. So that my dimensionals actually hit the cardstock and stay on there. So that's what I'm going to do there. Look how cute that is. We're not done yet. Hold your horses. I need some dots now. Where did my dots go? Here they are. This is the Cajun Craze and Gold dots that come with the suite. All of this is just such a nice match. I have to say, I'm really, it always is when they have a suite though, isn't it? But sometimes the products aren't as cool as these. Like, they're really nice. And then maybe a medium right there. And I'm going to do another medium. Whoops. Right over here. So we have that. And these have little gold specks in them so they match the gold that happens in the paper. Here's this. Now here's my little technique that comes into play here. Remember this I said we're going to use? This is white, and while it looks fine, I thought it would look nicer if it was crushed curry. Now this is a Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend marker, but did you know that you can color your embossing powder any color you want with a alcohol marker? And you need to use dark cardstock behind it, right? Because you can't see where I'm not perfectly staying on top of these letters because this is such a dark early espresso color and I'm putting a lighter marker on it. Does that make sense? So this really works best on dark cardstock because you can't see that I'm not staying in the lines or on top of the embossing letters because the background is so dark. Okay, you guys, I just made it totally match. And I just love that. So this was another card. Okay, so this card is part of my monthly tutorial group that I'm in. So when you place any amount of order with me, it doesn't have a dollar amount. You can place a $5 order, you can place a $50 order. You're going to get a PDF tutorial that includes this card and 9 other cards. So a total of 10 card ideas with measurements, pictures, written instructions using this Gathering Together suite. And this was my card that I made for that tutorial. Isn't it pretty? I love it. And again, pretty simple, but this was the whole deal there is I thought, I want to make that a color. So I got out my Stampin' Blend marker, my Stampin' Blend marker. I almost thought, did I say that wrong? So there you go. There is my next card using that Gathering Together suite of products, which I love. Okay, hang on. I am going to bring these back in here. All right, so I thought I would bring in a bunch of swap cards because it is swap season for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators when we have any type of a new publication come out. And I'm going to share these with you. So here is a beautiful card. And again, pretty much the designer paper is the star of the show, right? Yes. And then, here comes another one. I'm trying to read comments in here, you guys. Debbie said she wasn't going to get anything from the mini catalog, but I know Debbie, and you're welcome. You won't regret it. Look at how pretty that is. And then here's another one that used those texture note dies. Can you see that? That's cut out of one of those rectangles. So pretty. This is designer paper, but this is all stamped. Look at this one. All those little pieces, that little bulby thing, and then there's some I almost said beads, but some berries and the leaf put in a circle to make kind of like a wreath. Isn't that cool? This is beautiful. Get to see both sides of that designer paper. And they use the pear gold and mossy meadow ribbon with this one, which also looks beautiful. Here's some of that earthen toned metallic paper in there. I hope you can see that. That's metallic paper under there. It's so pretty. Beautiful. Here's another one. I think this is a fun fold. Hang on. Let me get it out. It looks like a fun fold. And look at this is made by my team member, Sarah Simon. Look at how pretty that is. What? Yeah. Gorgeous, right? And again, that designer paper. So pretty. Here's another one with strips. They use that Gathering Leaves embossing folder under the strips of designer paper. But again, they're the star of the show. And then this is that beautiful gold edged ribbon. And here, this looks like a fun fold too. Hang on. This is from my friend Ruth Bingle. Here we go. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Wow. And she used Wink of Stella on this particular leaf. I can see that. There we go. So pretty. So you guys, here's just a whole bunch of other ideas. Now, you can always come back to this video after we're done and you can fast forward to where I showed you all those cards and freeze your frame if you want to recreate those. That's a good way to do that. All right, I'm going to clean this up now. I'll bring this card back in here too. So while I'm cleaning up, you have something very pretty to look at. Get this all cleaned up and out of my way because we're not going to make another fall card. We are going to use the Aurora, Lights of Aurora suite, I think it's called. I'm just looking for a new one of these. I'm going to move these out of the way, move this out of the way. What's that? Oh, that's a card that I want to make a bunch of. Hang on, I'll get my arm out of there, I promise. Okay. All of this out of the way. And then, here's my bit. Okay, so if you follow me on YouTube, you know that I put out a product spotlight video on Saturday. And that's one of the nice things that we do in our new product launch parties is we do product spotlight videos that take a suite of products and show you all the things we know about them. And I love watching those kind of videos because I get some ideas that I had never thought of. So my product video on Saturday, and again, you can go to my YouTube channel and find it. And just look for my name on YouTube. These are the dies for the Lights and Wonder bundle, which is in the mini catalog. It is a whole suite of products. Let me get these all the way up here because there's lots of them. All of these dies create sceneries for you to make scenery cards. And I gave you all the details in that video. Here's all the coordinating colors that go with the absolutely crazy gorgeous paper, which I'll show you in a minute. We've also got these frosted iridescent dots that are so pretty and some gorgeous sheer ribbon that is balmy blue. So this is all a suite. And hang on just a second here. I'm going to get my stamp set out. This is the stamp set Light and Wonder. And then again, these are the dies. There are 9 different dies in here that make these things. So, Aurora Borealis. These are the Northern Lights. And I have always been mesmerized by the Northern Lights. I have been able to see them. They're a thing in Wisconsin. They get even more spectacular the further north you go. But in this pack of paper called Lights of Aurora, you get 48 sheets. And I think that you get, I don't know, I can't remember, 8 or 6 pieces of each one. I'm looking for here's my little notes. Hang on. I'm going to bring this back in here. You get 8 sheets with 6 different designs. So these are all double-sided. So you get 8 sheets of this, 8 sheets of this, 8 sheets of this, so on and so forth. Okay. And so they have all these beautiful patterns of Northern Lights on them. And then the back are these really pretty, like watercolored kind of sky. What am I looking for, you guys? What word? Like outer spacey colored, blah, blah, blah. They're really pretty. I don't know. I'm losing my words here. Probably because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten supper yet. So anyways, absolutely beautiful papers. So I'm going to make a card for you using this suite of products. And again, this was one of my swap cards for this round of new products. So again, I was really lucky that I had this and was able to go, okay, we can make this tonight. And that's what happens when you work ahead. It's a good plan, right? Doesn't happen for me often, but I've been trying to keep my ducks in a row here. You never know what's going to happen with my mom, and I need to, keep my ducks in a row. That's a good way to put it. Okay, so our card is going to have a basic white thick card base, 4 1/4 by 11. And Mary, no, nothing ended. I'm still here. I just showed some swap cards with that suite that I was using to make the first 2 cards. And I do have some mail tonight to share with you guys too. Okay, so we've got that done. Then we have a Lost Lagoon, 4 by 5 1/4. I've got a piece of basic white that is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And by the way, you guys, all of these measurements with photos and a complete product list. All the ink colors, the marker colors, all the things will be on my blog after my live is over, but you have to give me an hour or two to get it all set up. I have to take pictures of these and all that. Then I'm going to use this particular pattern of the paper. And this is the Lights of Aurora 2 3/4 by 4. So we're going to do that. And then I've got this teeny weeny little 1/4 inch strip that I'm going to put on the inside. So I think what we're going to do, oh, where did that little here? And I've got this. This is also Lost Lagoon. It is 3/8 by 3, or however long the sentiment is that you're going to use it with. So we're going to do our stamping first. And I am going to stamp my sentiment. The stamp set has 11 different sentiments in it. And I thought these would make really great New Year's cards too. Happy New Year's. But I'm going to use this Your Strength Inspires Me. And I'm going to get out my pretty peacock ink. Hang on, I'm going to put my hair up in a clip because I'm getting super hot in here. I didn't even mess up. So it's not a hot flash. Well, maybe it is, but it's not brought on by messing up. Okay, just put my hair up. Ooh, that feels much cooler already. I love that these are photopolymer so you can see what you're doing, right? I'm just going to stamp this right on that tiny little strip. There we go. Perfect. And let's see. I'm going to put this on mini dimensionals. Man, I got a hair tickling my arm. Don't you hate that? I had one stuck to my glasses earlier and it kept tickling my nose and I thought it was a piece of my hair, but I took my glasses off and that took care of it. Problems, right? Okay, I'm just going to set that aside now. We are going to use the Plaster Painting 3D embossing folder. I'll set this off to the side for this Lost Lagoon layer. I'm going to put that right in the middle and we're going to emboss that. So I already have that done. Look at how pretty that. I love this. This, you guys, is actually on the last chance list right now. And it's on sale. I think it's like $10.80. I just want you to know that because it's not going to be around long. And I can tell you that I love this thing. Like, I love it. So you should probably love it too. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding. You should love it. But I just want you to know that it's not going to be around much longer. You should love it. Okay, then we're going to take this particular die, and I've got a scrap here of Basic Black. My scrap is 2 by 6.5. And so I am going to take this, and I'm going to pull it up about, so it's kind of centered on this piece. And again, this is 2 inches wide because the bottom part is important on to how this die doesn't cut the bottom. It only cuts out the trees. So we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. And when we do that, it is going to look like this. And this just all pops out of here. I'm going to snip the ends here because my paper is a little bit longer than that die. Just like that. Oops, oops. Don't rip your trees off. Be gentle because these are delicate. Look at how cool that is. Oh, I pulled my trees over. Well, maybe there's a storm. Maybe it's windy there. It got really windy today when we were trying to hear the dogs barking. That got annoying. It's perfectly still until we needed to hear. Good grief. There's just a couple of pieces in here I'm popping out. Okay. So, oh, there goes my tree again. I'm going to take my trees and I'm going to put them on this layer. Now this is going to make 2 cards. We're only making 1 card today. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm just going to snip this off right here because I only need a little bit of this and I can use this for a different card and I will keep that. And then we're going to add a little bit of glue to the back here. Little bit to those trees and I'm just kind of scribbling on them a little bit, not going to get too crazy. Just they have a little bit of support there. There we go. And we're going to line this up directly with the bottom of my Designer Series paper. Pick this up, make sure that it's getting all the way to the bottom. Looks good back there. And then we're going to keep it, whoops, it's a little bit off. A little bit, oh, don't get too crazy, Kelly. Gosh, that was a lot of muscle. I need to go that crazy. Here we go. Okay, good. I'm glad you said it's not frozen there. I'm sorry that somebody is having freezing problems. The internet. Ugh. You guys, Facebook has been just, you know what, lately. You put links in, they won't click. So I wanted to let you guys know. Now I'm going to put that on this white layer. And this white layer is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. If I ever post a link and you go to click on it, if it's not a different color, that means it didn't link up properly. But if you go to click on it, it doesn't work. Just copy that link and paste it into a new window and it will work. It's just Facebook has just been just jacking things around lately, making us crazy. And they're obviously doing some upgrades, or as we like to say, downgrades, but that's a bad attitude. It is. But anyways, just so you know that if that ever happens to you, just copy and paste that link. Look at how stunning that is. Is that not just so stunning? Now, one thing that I like to do, which I should have done before I glued this in here, but is take a little bit of glimmer and put it on your trees. Because they're black, it really stands out. I'm just going to put just a tiny bit. Keep it on my black trees, just like that. And it just glistens just ever so slightly. Or you can go crazy with it. It's your Wink of Stella. Do what you want. Now, I'm going to glue this right onto my card front. My layer, I should say. I'm going to put this right in the middle. Weren't the people that swapped with me really lucky? I thought these cards turned out so nice. That was really sassy. But, I mean, they did. I'm just going to take this little bit. And this is 5 1/4 by 1/4 inch. And I just thought this would look pretty inside. Now, the front of my card says, your strength inspires me. And, of course, you could put a get well in here. Maybe you have somebody that's in the hospital. And, you know, they just had a surgery, or maybe they had a car accident. Your strength inspires me, whatever the case may be, whatever your case may be. But I'm going to leave this empty so I can write my message. But the front is going to have your strength inspires me. Remember to use a little extra glue when you have a 3D embossing folder to glue it on, because it's kind of really deep, which I love, but it just needs a little bit of extra sticky. Debbie would like to receive that card. See? And Yvette says, yeah, Facebook has been horrible. It has. So just know that if you click on a link and it doesn't work, copy and paste the link into a new window and it will work. They've just been just ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to push this all the way over to the edge of my Lost Lagoon and try really hard to get this on here straight without sticking my head right in the camera. Okay, that looks, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty, doesn't it? Now, this will not be complete without some embellishments. So I have a pack of these that are open. Let me find them, because I don't want to open up a new pack until my other pack is, well, looks like I'm opening up the new pack. Oh, here they are. Look at it. I used all the clear ones already. I did a lot of swaps, so I would have a lot of samples to show you guys. I'm going to use, you could use the clear here. You could use the purple. You could use any of these, because we've got the pink in there. We've got the purples in there. We've got the blues. I'm going to go with the blue. So I'm just going to dot a few of these in here, just like that. And I'll put one more right up there. Good grief. Aren't these so pretty, you guys? And there's clear ones over here, but I've only got 2 left in that pack. So there we go. Your strength inspires me. Oh, that's crooked. Dang it. Hang on. I'll move this. I'm going to get this straight, because I don't want my crookedness to not inspire them. Oh, no, it inspires me, so it won't matter. And did I have I don't have an envelope. So, but I would definitely cover my envelope flap with some of the paper, and I will do that. Not right now, because you guys know how to do that, right? 2.5 inches by 6 inches, glue it on here, trim it from this side, and then you'll have a matching envelope. I don't have it out right now. But there is our beautiful card. Good grief, right? Stunning, Ingrid. Thank you so much. Melanie, I'm happy to see you. Kathy, Sally's here. She's late, but she's here. You need to go back and watch from the beginning, because I didn't talk too much tonight because I'm hungry. And I just I drove, but I just drove in from a full day of hunting. I have been super duper busy crazy since 4:30 this morning. So here we go. Look at all of these. Look at these. You're going to have to go back and watch them. Elaine, so she's not able to find information on the fall cards, went to the area mentioned, but some back and told me that the info was not found. Which fall cards are you talking about, Elaine? Clarify in the comments here so I can answer your question. Are you talking about the fall cards that I showed on this video tonight, or are you talking about the new product launch party? Or let me know, because I want to know so I can help you. Or are you talking about the product show spotlight video that I did on this bundle? Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Your kind comments are just making my day. Now, you guys know that I always appreciate your orders. And I appreciate your comments and your shares. Please share this video. Here comes my happy mail that I've gotten. Look at how beautiful this is. This is like a herringbone pattern made with all different designer series papers. Isn't this gorgeous? And this is from Rhonda McGuire. Look how pretty that is. Wow. She won the stamp set and a pack of the three-pack Baker's Twine for winning a challenge on my team. So Rhonda, thank you so much. This is beautiful. I love your technique. Okay, let me see if I think I have more mail. I think I grabbed the wrong envelope. Oh, yeah, I do. Hang on, here it comes. I have a couple bills too, but I'm sure you don't want to see those. Nobody wants to see bills. Look at how cute this is. This is a card kit, I am pretty sure. And this is from Bhavna Desai. I hope I say that right, Bhavna. Look at how pretty that is. And she won the embossing folder, but look at beautiful. I love this card. It's just so like bright and cheerful. Okay, and let's see. Oh, you got to see this. So you guys know that I have a little obsession with candy corn, right? And it's fall. It's time to eat it. I'm going to have a piece right here. This came from Joyce McIntosh. You're going to die. They're so cute. I'll show you the card first. Oh, hang on. Some of the green stuff's falling out. Hang on a second. Look at that sunflower embossing folder, which is just gorgeous. And look at this card. What? So pretty. Look how beautiful that is. Got some of those little bee trinkets on there. So pretty, Joyce. Like, wow. Joyce says, just wanted to thank you for all the videos you post. My husband and I enjoy our Sunday nights watching you. Here are some non-fat candy corn flowers. We know how much you love the candy corn. And look at these. Ah! These are little candy corn flowers. And this is a little ceramic flower. Since some of the green mosses, isn't this just the cutest thing? Joyce, you are so sweet. This is definitely going to be part of my decor. Oop, I got some of the green on there. A card is beautiful, as is this one, as is this one. Thank you guys so much for the happy mail. Like, it just makes my day. I absolutely love it. And let me see. I'm going to come back. Let me see if I can get back to my screen. Oh, look at there. I did it. I didn't jack anything up tonight either. Really bad. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Bhavna's on here. Yay. Okay. Did I ever get a clarification on the question?
Lisa's candy corn is gone. I have this much bag right there. I've been eating it. I love candy corn. I know some people think it's gross, but the card, Kathy said the card is almost as pretty as the Northern Lights. Thank you so much. Okay. I don't see the question again, so I'm really sorry if I missed it, but please feel free to email me if I ever miss your questions. Sometimes, depending on how many are coming through, sometimes they roll through. Okay, it was from Elaine. All right, Elaine, did you ask me? Oh, I don't see it. Email me. Okay. All right, you guys. I will see you next Sunday, which is the 21st. I will be back here with bells on, and I've got some things made already. I have a really cute Christmas project. And again, I'm in a tutorial group where I have to make a Christmas card and a little 3D type of thing. So I worked on that before I left because I'm going to be gone this week, starting on Tuesday, and it's due by the 20th. So I got to get that typed up. But I think you guys are going to love it because I was just kind of giddy when I made it. It's super, super cute. So I will have that for you next Sunday. Make sure you check in on the new product launch party if you're in there. Let me see what's happening. Game night happened Friday night. You can still comment on that. If you haven't done the card challenges, please make a card with the layout or the color challenge. Do the mystery stamping if you're in the new product launch party because there's prizes coming this week. This week are prizes. Yeah, so, okay. What's today? Today's the 14th. There's going to be another there was another gallery upload in there. So that's 15 more card ideas. What? Anyways, if you guys are looking for information on that new product launch party, it is right under the YouTube video. Or you can go to my blog at www.astampabove.com and you will see all of that there. And you know what? I completely forgot that I also have this suite. This is the suite with the Northern Lights. It's called Lights of Aurora. And then here's the bundle. And I think that was all I had for you. So let me get rid of that. There we go. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Please make sure you share my video if you can. And leave me a comment if you're going to watch the replay because you get entered into the drawings too. Everything helps me out. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And thanks so much for taking time out of your Sunday night to spend with me. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.